Video, we'll take a closer look at the life and legacy of the first President of the United States, George Washington. George Washington, born on February 22, 1732, in Virginia, is often called the father of his country for his pivotal role in founding the United States. Before becoming president, he was a key figure in the American Revolution, leading the Continental Army to victory against the British. His leadership didn't just win the war, it helped shape the nation's identity. Washington's early life was marked by hard work and ambition. He didn't have a formal education like some of his peers, but he excelled in surveying and land management, skills that would serve him well throughout his life. By his early 20s, he was already gaining recognition for his military service during the French and Indian War, where he learned valuable lessons about leadership and strategy. When the American colonies decided to break away from British rule, Washington was the natural choice to lead the Continental Army. Despite facing immense challenges, like lack of supplies, inexperienced troops, and harsh conditions, he managed to outlast the British through resilience and strategic thinking. Key moments, like the daring crossing of the Delaware River and the victory at Yorktown, cemented his reputation as a brilliant commander. After the war, Washington could have seized power, but he chose to step down, setting a powerful precedent for civilian leadership. His humility and commitment to the new nation's ideals earned him widespread respect. In 1787, he presided over the Constitutional Convention, where the U.S. Constitution was drafted, laying the foundation for the federal government. In 1789, Washington was unanimously elected as the first president of the United States. His presidency was defined by his efforts to establish a strong, stable government. One of his first tasks was to create a functioning executive branch. He appointed talented individuals to his cabinet, including Thomas Jefferson as Secretary of State and Alexander Hamilton as Secretary of the Treasury. Though Jefferson and Hamilton often clashed over the direction of the country, Washington's ability to mediate between them helped shape the early government. During his presidency, Washington focused on strengthening the nation's economy and infrastructure. Hamilton's financial plan, which included the creation of a national bank and the assumption of state debts, was controversial but ultimately successful in stabilizing the economy. Washington also signed the Judiciary Act of 1789, which established the federal court system and oversaw the ratification of the Bill of Rights, ensuring protections for individual liberties. Foreign policy was another major focus of Washington's presidency. He sought to maintain neutrality in conflicts between European powers, particularly during the French Revolution. His Neutrality Proclamation of 1793 aimed to keep the young nation out of foreign wars, a stance that was not universally popular but reflected his belief in prioritizing America's interests. Domestically, Washington faced challenges like the Whiskey Rebellion in 1794, when farmers in western Pennsylvania protested a federal tax on whiskey. Washington personally led troops to suppress the rebellion, demonstrating the federal government's authority and ability to enforce its laws. This action reinforced the idea that the new government was strong enough to maintain order. After 2 terms, Washington decided to step down, establishing the tradition of a peaceful transfer of power. His farewell address, published in 1796, remains one of his most enduring legacies.